迷惑です。これ以上つきまとったら警察に行って事件にするってね。それでも向こうが金を要求してきたら相談に来なさい。力になってあげる。
はい、わかりました。
What's good, anime enthusiasts? Welcome to another episode review for Liar Game. Now, this episode is pretty light. Not a whole lot happens because it's the end of what happened in episode 2. We get that resolution, and then and then a couple of things happen in the interim, and then we have a small little build up leading into the next game, which will happen in the next episode. And in this one, really the front part of it has a lot of the meat, while the latter half is just a little bit of setup for the next game. But it does give us a look into how blind a person can be when they feel like they've won, when they feel like they have it all, and when you've been, and where you just don't realize that you've been manipulated this whole entire time. That is what happened with Fujisawa, and it's an incredible moment that just highlights how easy someone can just forget and not really pay attention to the surroundings. So the conclusion of the game happens. At the door, there's a dude claiming to be from the Liar Game tournament office, and Fujisawa is so happy because, you know, the game ended exactly at 5. It's cool. He accepts the man in. He opens the safe, and the man sees it, and he says, "Yo, I'm gonna need some time to verify that this money is, you know, real, and verify the serial numbers." And Fujisawa is so happy, excited. He's already claiming victory. Outside now is still crying, and you know, time passes, and it's a long time it passes. And Fujisawa's like, "Hey, how long is it gonna take?" And the man said, "You know, give me some time. It takes a lot of time to check all of these bills." And Fujisawa was like, "Yes, okay, it's fine. Happy," you know, all that funny stuff. And of course, you know, us to be honest, we kind of know already that's actually Akiyama, and it's kind of, and you're kind of wondering, okay, if it's at the time already that the game's ended, where's the other Liar Game tournament officials? Well, exactly an hour later, there is somebody at the door. Fujisawa goes over, opens the door, and it's 3 dudes that are masked up, and they say, "Yo, we're from the Liar Game tournament, and the game is officially ended." And of course, you know, Fujisawa was like weirded out. It's like, "What are you talking about? Like, one of you guys is already here." And of course, when they come in and they see the fake guy, Akiyama reveals himself and he hands off the money. And Fujisawa just screams and he just starts pointing, complaining. He's like, hey, the game was already over. You can't hand off the money." And then when he looks over to you guys, "Hey, stop them. Like, it's exactly at time. They can't do it. You can't do anything." Well, what really happened was that Akiyama actually swapped out the real black card letters that they received telling them of the correct time. Because the Liar Game tournament officials says, "Hey, it's exactly 6 o'clock. The game is over." And the card that they have currently, it says 5. Akiyama swapped his real card with the fake card. And of course, Fujisawa couldn't realize it because he's been cooped up in his house the whole entire time, afraid of what Akiyama and Nao are doing. And you're kind of wondering, okay, but what about Nao? Nao's card says 5 o'clock. Well, Akiyama also swapped out hers because he wanted that genuine reaction. He wanted the genuine feeling to really sell it to Fujisawa and to really keep up the story. It's an amazing play to really keep Fujisawa in his house the whole entire time, while Akiyama can slowly work his magic, switch one thing out, and then be fine. And then of course keeping Nao in the dark as well. You know, as long as nobody knows what you're doing, you're fine, you're good, you're chill. In which case, hey, Nao gets the full 200 million yen. The real officials confirm all the serial numbers, and hey, it's full, it's verified, it's real. Nao gets a 200 million, splits. She receives the Fujisawa's 100 million, and then she just splits the money with Akiyama, and they both head out while Fujisawa's on his knees crying. On the way, Nao wonders what will happen to Fujisawa, and Akiyama's like, well, I guess he'll be in debt and he'll have to pay back his debtors. And Nao, with a nice change of heart, very soft person, she runs back, hands her half the 50 million yen over to Fujisawa, saying, hey, this is only going to cover half of it, but I just want you, when I give this to you, I just want you to change your perspective that not everybody in the world is, a deceiver. There are some trustworthy people in the world, and that kind of helps Fujisawa calm down a bit. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. And then as Nao leaves, Akiyama's waiting outside, and he hands her his 50 million. It's like, well, you didn't really get a dime if you just give up your 50 million that way, so I can't really keep on the money, so here you go, do what you need to do with it. And so Fujisawa, he gets the full 100 million yen so he can pay off his debts. And Nao's like, aw, Akiyama, you're not so bad. And she wants to endeavor to know more about Akiyama. Nice. The same day, Nao returns home because she wants to do something nice for Akiyama for what he's done. There's another letter for the Lion Game tournament saying, hey, congrats on getting to round 2. If you want out, please give up half of your winnings from the previous game. Oh no, she can't. She gave it away. If you don't appear at the next game destination, then all your winnings from the previous round will be seized. Oh no, she doesn't have any winnings or money. So she's back in the gulag again, baby. Round 2, let's go. No. So after seeing it, Akiyama's like, hey, you should really just ignore it. But just in case, if you need some help, here's my number. Call me if you need help. And so Nao listens to Akiyama's suggestion, and she ignores the letter. She doesn't do anything. For some odd reason, just a knock on the door. It's the lawyer from episode 1. And he's seemingly had a change in heart, saying, hey, I was in the area and I just want to give you a chat. And, he wants to know what's going on. And Nao explains everything. And he's like, I see. Well, you should stand up for yourself against those people. You should go to the destination, threaten them with the police, threaten them with legal action. And hey, if you need help, I got your back now. I got it for you. And then I was like, okay, that's nice. Thank you. I should do that. And before she met the lawyer, she called Akiyama for some advice. But afterwards, Akiyama called her back saying, hey, you good? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. And so as she goes off to the destination, Akiyama paid her a visit the same day. And then he realizes when she doesn't come to the door, he goes, uh-oh, she probably went. And she did. She reaches the destination, and there's this dude with the mask who looks oddly familiar in body proportions. And now I was like, hey, I don't want to play this game anymore. You should stop. And if you don't, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call the lawyer. I'm going to sue you. And the guide just laughs. And then he takes off his mask and is like, it's the lawyer from before. Oh no. And he laughs, scheming. And he's like, hey, I was a guide. I'm supposed to bring you to the next game, girl. Welcome to round 2. And so she enters reluctantly against her will. And she gets a gold-plated name tag with a tiny little gem on it. And then she is led into a big open room where we see our next cast of players. And so the game introduction begins. Leronia, the dealer of this next game, introduces himself. And then Akiyama barges in as a new player to help Nao get through. So what we got going on? It's the second round. There's 22 people in it. And each person has been loaned 100 million yen as play money. This time, instead of people stealing the money, it's an elimination game. They won't be it will be an elimination game. The losing players will exit the game until there's one person remaining who will take all the money, which is 2.2 billion yen. Of course, as per the rules of the game, you still need to give back the money that you got from the tournament. So of course, in part, you will get 2.1 billion yen. And one person asks, well, I can't carry on this money. Hey, there's no cash. That pink gemstone on your tag, that's worth 100 million yen. Yeah, only one person's gonna be able to cash in all 22 of these gems. And so with that, we get a round of questions. And of course, we find out there is a third round at the end of this game. And the ending procedures are as normal. So if you want to bow out after winning this game solo, you have to forfeit half of the 2.1 billion that you get. So in the end of it all, if you do win the second round and you dip out, you get 1 billion yen, which, if we do the little conversion, is, as of this day, using, it is, oh, we just got 6.3 million US dollars. That's a lot of money. That's life-changing money right there. So, with that being said, the name of the new game is Minority Rule. And we get a little bit of tease of the theme is that it won't be a majority rule winning this time. It'll be the small. And that's it. That's the end of the episode. So, likable episode. Small, compact, nice. Leads us into the new episode on the Minority Rule game. And I'm excited. I can't wait for it. I got really nothing else on it. It's just, if you are, in a winning situation and it feels like it's too easy, you might want to take a step back and look around your surroundings to make sure you're not getting scammed or schemed like Fujisawa. And of course, now it's just way too nice. She can't see anybody suffering. She wants everybody to be happy and try to get a little bit of trustworthy. Everyone should be more trusting. Jeez, I can't talk. And of course, Akiyama is now probably gonna be helping now head over heels to make sure that she's okay. With that being said, y'all comment down below what y'all think about the episode and what y'all might think happened thus far. And if nothing else after that, I hope all of you have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I hope your day is just a little bit better than it already is. With that, we'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.